with Creek Bank Creations, coming at you with my wife. Excuse me. Boy, easy for me to say. Coming at you with my wife, Julie, from beautiful Perrysville, Indiana. Got a new haircut, by the way. Land of tall corn and not much more. Are we glad to have you here today? We are going to have a fantastic show. Is it ever exciting? Because we've got a surprise for you today. In this show tonight, we're doing, what are you calling this card?
It's the double typewriter slim card.
This is called.
We did not schedule.
We didn't schedule
You're
this.
Crooked.
I'm crooked?
Turn the card.
I am? Oh, my
The
card? We didn't schedule this.
Tom.
Yes.
Turn the card.
This way? There we go.
No,
No.
no.
What?
The card goes this way.
I mean, it goes that way. That way? That way? Like that?
Yes.
I know that, but you put it in the envelope. It goes in the envelope. I was trying to show them that it was. Thank you, Mrs. Creek. This is our new Slimline double typewriter Slimline card that was not scheduled for tonight. So this is a really cool surprise. See that right there? Okay. But it goes that way. Of course, we all knew that though, didn't we, crafters? Okay. And check this out. Da-da-da-da. Whoa! Double typewriter with a rainbow and sunshine for you. Are we not smoking? Oh, that's so stinking hot. It's burning my fingers. I tell you what, you guys, I'm so glad you joined us tonight because we're going to have a blast. So that is the double-sided typewriter slimline, double typewriter slided slimline card.
Something like that.
Anyway, hey, we're coming at you live from beautiful Perrysville, Indiana. We're a craft company. We have our own line of dies, rubber stamps, adhesive, papers, tools, and unimaginable other products that you'll find on our website. So please join us. Use the coupon code 2021 for 15% off. And all orders over $50, you get free freight. Don't forget, we got the typewriter bundle. We still have a few of those left. And here's what you're going to get.
Hey, you don't have to yell.
I'm not yelling.
Yes, you are.
I'm not yelling.
You're not yelling.
I'm just smoking excited.
I'm not yelling,
I
I'm
burned my
telling.
fingers on that card. It was so hot, and
Wait.
I'm just a smoking excited. The typewriter bundle. Let's talk about it. You're going to get.
Stop yelling.
I'm just going to quit
There's
yelling.
people that live in this facility.
You're going to get, of course,
So
the
they'll take
typewriter
us out
die.
of the nursing home.
I'm going to be more mellow now. Mrs. Creek wants me to be more mellow. The typewriter die. Okay. You're going to get the happy mail with love. That's right, the postage edge dial. Remember, I'm a happy mail with love. You're going to get the postage, going postal stamp. Okay. You're going to get the I need to read that, don't I? They're all not in order. The Wreath Maker sentiment stamp, the relax stamp, the typed background stamp. Okay, that's $120.92 value for yours for only $90.99. That's almost a $30 savings, plus you're going to get free freight. And then we also have the Going Postal envelope die that is not part of the bundle, which Julie happens to be using tonight. But again, you can get it for 15% off if you use the coupon code 2021. It's called Going Postal Floral Envelope Die. It actually matches the Going Postal envelope stamp. So there you have that. Also, talking about exciting new things, we have just introduced our new line of spring confetti. Okay, let me show you what I got because I'm really excited about this. Okay, we've got the eggs.
Did you try to eat it?
Not yet, not yet.
That's good.
This is the eggs siding. Can you see how? You see that? In there. Lots of cool stuff. Little eggs in there, little glitteries in there.
Flowers.
Eggs siding mix. Okay. How about Cookie Monster? Yes, there's cookie monsters in there. Ooh, one of my favorites in the spring. Strawberry Fields Forever. Strawberry Fields. Okay. All right. Oh, and this one, Lollipops and Rainbows. It's a really pretty one. And then we've got our new Rainbows confetti. Get that up close so we can see it. And finally,
Rainbow is not on the website.
oh, it's not. Forget the rainbows. It's not even on the
No, they can pick it up at a trade show.
You can pick that up at a trade show. It's not on the website. And our new M's, not to be confused with M&M's. Don't eat them, but they look great in that shaker kit. So that's new for you. Those are all on the website except for the rainbows. Forget it. I even mentioned that. I didn't even mention it. Forget about it.
Rainbows.
You didn't see rainbows. So, gosh. So what else is going on? Okay, we got shows coming up. Heirloom Productions at the Hendricks County Fairgrounds in Danville, Indiana, just outside of Indianapolis, March 19th and 20th. Can't wait to see you. That's a Friday, Saturday.
Linda said you're not yelling, you're just projecting.
Who said that?
Linda.
Linda, I love you, Linda. You're right, I'm just projecting. It's going to be a blast in Indy. I tell you what, we always have a good time there. Parking is free. Come and see us. We're going to have a great time there. That's at the Hendricks County Fairgrounds on March 19th and 20th. We're going to be in St. Louis again. That's actually Collinsville, Illinois at the Gateway Center, April 9th and 10th. That's a Friday, Saturday show as well at the Creating Keepsakes show. They call it Creating Keepsakes St. Louis, April 9th and 10th. And Adventures in Stamping in beautiful Akron, Ohio at the John S. Knight Convention Center in downtown Akron, April 23rd and 25th. So come and see us there, crafters. We'd love to chit chat with you.
Said the 23rd and the 25th.
Excuse me, you have the wrong day here. I believe that's the 24th and the 25th.
Is that what I wrote down?
You wrote 23rd and 25th, Mrs. Creek. I'm only going by the information that I've obtained from the lady on the other side of the table. So I think it's the 24th and 25th, but we'll confirm that for you. And we have an announcement to make because the show.
We're going to have, Yvonne is teaching the class.
Oh.
We will release information as soon as we are able, which is probably going to be tomorrow, about
Yes.
Yvonne's class.
Yvonne, what's Yvonne's last name? Kinstner. Yvonne Kinstner is going to be teaching a class for us there at Adventures in Stamping in Akron. She's going to be teaching it
The 24th.
2 times.
We don't know that.
We don't know that for
we
sure.
don't- we'll
We know
let-
she's going to be
watch the
teaching like
website.
watch the website.
I'm sorry.
You're sorry? I'm sorry too.
Adventures in Stamping is April the 24th and the 25th. And
Okay.
watch Facebook. We will update everyone.
Adventures in Stamping, April 24th and 25th, Friday and Saturday. Watch our website. We will be updating you all on that. And next week, we are going to be doing a new series. What was that new series, Mrs. Creek?
I'm not sure.
Oh, it's going to be good, though. It's really going to be good. It's really going to be good.
Well, I haven't nailed everything down.
And shall I make them
Yes,
okay.
make the announcement.
Also, we need to make an announcement that as the show season is opening up, there's not enough Tom and Julie to go around for everybody, including us. As a result, next Tuesday will be our last YouTube Live Teaching Technique Tuesday for a while because the show season is going to practically consume us. So we've enjoyed you crafters all for the past 9 months immensely. It has been fantastic. We love you all and we appreciate you so much.
Almost a year.
It's been almost a year, but it's been
11 months. No, we started on the 20th of March.
20th of March. Yes, it's been 11 months. We've really enjoyed you. We've really appreciated you. Had a lot of fun, but it's not done. It's just that we're done for a while. So we'll probably be resuming up back online again in July. However, occasionally we'll come up with something exciting. So be watching your email because we will tell you that we've got something coming. But again, just wanted to make you aware. So be sure to tune in next Tuesday for, it's not our final event, but probably our final event for the season for a while. So yeah, so we'd love to have you all join us next Tuesday at 7:30 right here, same time, same place, same station. Mrs. Creek, are you ready to go yet?
Yes.
And Mrs. Creek is ready to go. Anybody have any questions before I get going? We'll miss spending time with you crafters as well. But we will be out there and we hope to see you all live and in person, and be sure to tell us who you are, where you are, and that we met every Tuesday for months and months and months when we see you out there. So without any further ado, here is Mrs. Creek. So Julie, take it away.
Hang on.
I'm supposed to hang on because she's clear on the other side of the table, so I'm going to keep my smiling face here and talk to you. And
You forgot that this was in that.
oh, also I forgot that. Yeah, that's also in the bundle too. Just for your information, there's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 items in that bundle. So here you go. This is great. Take it over.
Greetings, greetings, greetings. So much information. So I think Tom got everything covered, I hope. And excited tonight. I had this thought 4 weeks ago that, wow, wouldn't it be cool if we could do a double typewriter pop-up? And I have been so busy. I haven't been able to get to it until literally today. So tonight we're gonna kind of wing it because like I just did this today, literally. So we're using kind of a different mix of products here. So if you're interested in any of the products, I did a blog post that goes through and lists all the products. So if you're like, where did that stamp come from? And you miss it, you can go look at the blog post. We are going to use that going postal floral die, just the envelope off of it, to do this little technique for the front, which is kind of cool. And what I wanted to show you was this card, which is our, this is the Going Postal Floral stamp set. And I embossed it in gold, watercolored it, and then die cut it. So it's really a beautiful little set. And this has got the stamp set on it. The stamp set's called "You Are a Godsend." So it's got large words like this in script that say,
I'm a godsend?
would you mind going and getting it?
What?
You are a godsend.
Yes.
It's got lucky, godsend, blessed, and loved. And then it's got words that you can stamp. You are blessed. I am. So you can see how it works really well with the envelope. And the envelope is cool because you can stick all kinds of really cool stuff in that envelope. So what's nice about this set
there's 5 dies with
is that when you buy this
5 dies
set,
with it.
5.
5, count them, 5. 5 dies. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Well,
5.
Godsend is 2 dies.
Well, God,
So
send,
there are,
send God.
in the back of this set are 4 dies, 5. If you know, Godsend is separate. Godsend, blessed, and lucky. And you can see how it's got all the other little typed words that you can stamp to go with it. So this is just a really nice addition to your collection. And really, this is fun. Very, very fun. This, part of this design may be showing up at a make and take table
Near you.
near you. We're working on it. I don't know if we'll get there, but we're trying. Okay, so we're working with the typewriter die. And before we go, I have a scripture to share with you. We have a lot of we have a lot going on in our community. We have a lot of people that are ill, a lot of people having surgery, so lots going on. Been doing a lot of prayer because we've got a lot of people sick, and I am focusing on Psalm 16:8. I keep my eyes always on the Lord. With him at my right hand, I will not be shaken. That's the New International Version. The New Living Version. I know the Lord is always with me. I will not be shaken, for he's right beside me. So what I thought was interesting was King James Bible, I have set the Lord before me because he is at my right hand. I shall not be moved. Anybody know that song? Tom, do you know that song? I shall not be moved.
Do I know the song?
Yeah, did you not sing that song?
Give me
I shall not be. I shall not be moved.
No, I didn't catch that one.
Okay. I grew up singing that at the Portland Arch Church of Christ. Just saying.
Okay.
Okay. Contemporary English version. I will always look to you as you stand beside me and protect me from fear. Judy knows the song.
Judy knows the song.
Yes. So we will, so that's your encouragement for today. Psalm 16:8. I've set the Lord before me. He's at my right hand. I shall not be moved.
I shall not be moved.
So that's just a really great encouragement for you. I heard Pastor Greg Rochelle last week.
Pastor Greg.
Pastor Greg said
Greg.
he's from Life Church Online, and he was talking about the weapons that the Bible talks about. The weapons of our warfare are not carnal, and that scripture greatly encouraged me too. So, got to dig in when things get tough. You got to dig in and determine not to be moved. So, what we are dealing with today is the typewriter pop-up card, and the typewriter pop-up card was actually designed, isn't this lovely, to just have that single pop-up in it. Okay, so we've done various versions of that. This one's Tom's desk. Really, it is. We did
I wish it was that neat.
We did a graduation. So tonight we're going to work with the double pop-up. So does anybody have any questions before I turn the camera down? Let me just say how very, very thankful we are that y'all have been meeting with us on Tuesday night. I do feel rather weird and sad about not meeting on Tuesdays anymore, but there is no human way that Tom and I can prep and run the show business and do these lives. And we have really, the deal of going to Florida and doing what we did was just about
Killed
did both of us in. We were both exhausted. So we need to make adjustments so that we can keep going. So we have an opening in our schedule in July. So we'll see I'm going to see if I can't get back on July and do some Tuesday nights in July. And then I'm hoping to do a whole bundle again in September. And we'll meet every Tuesday night in September to do some Christmas cards.
Okay. All right.
So,
all right. Judy asked, will there be a code word for shows? And the code word is going to be...
oh, do something normal.
Wombat. That's
It's got to be something we can remember because people...
Wombat. We'll remember Wombat. They'll remember Wombat.
Y'all, I know you think that he just does this for the Tuesday Night Lives. But it's like this all the time.
It's Wombat. That's W-O-M, not B-A-T. Wombat.
Okay, Wombat. That's your special code. So if you show up with the Wombat code, the Wombat Master will over there. How does one order the envelope stamp and the sentiments? So Beth, I think what you're asking me is, hang on. This product right here has on it, this is the Going Postal Floral Stamp. Can you type that in the chat, Tom?
I can, except for I just lost my chat. So
Okay,
yes.
Going Postal Floral Envelope Stamp. And it has a matching die. Okay, so this is the matching, I'll show you. This is your stamp set. So you can, these flowers, let me show you mine. The flowers, the envelope, you can stamp that outside of that envelope by itself. Here we go. This is the envelope, okay? So you can stamp it on a card. And then that die set, Going Postal Floral Envelope die, has the die for the envelope. And in this case, I embossed it and I die cut it. And then you can go back with the extra die piece that I designed in there and cut that slit open. But it looks like here we go. This die cuts the inside of that envelope open, which allows you to slide things into the envelope. Okay, so that's the Going Postal Floral Stamp Set and the Going Postal Floral Envelope die set. Did you put both of those in the?
I said Going Postal floral envelope die and go in postal floral
Okay,
envelope
you
die.
made it sound so easy. Then the stamp is
excuse me.
called, the sentiment stamp is called You Are a Godsend. And when you buy the You Are a Godsend stamp set, the dies are included in the package. So the dies are gonna stamp out, they're gonna die cut Godsend, Blessed, Lucky, and Loved, which is what you see right here. It's good to see Sharon is here. She did not freeze to death down in
Awesome.
Texas,
She's got power.
and she's got her power back on. So we were praying for Texas too. Crazy stuff going on in the world. Okay, so we're going to work on our, you're welcome, Beth, our card here, and we're gonna start with the rectangle stitched panel that I die cut, and we're gonna put that on the outside of our card. So I'm gonna do the outside of this card first, and then we're gonna move to the inside. When I make a slim card, when I started making slim cards several years ago, I just decided I was gonna make it as simple as possible. So when I make a slim card, the base of my slim card is 4 inches wide by 9.25 inches tall. I'm sorry, 4 inches. 8 inches. 8 inches by 9.25, and I'm scoring at 4, and this will fit in a regular business size envelope, okay? So this panel that we're gonna start with tonight is the largest die from the rectangle stitched die set, and I have already cut that, and we are starting with a white background, and we are going to start with some stencil work. Now I'm just going to tell you the amount of supplies it takes to make this card. I've got a massive thing going over here, and I had to transport everything from home to here, so I'm crossing my fingers.
But it's a lot of fun.
It's like, who doesn't, like, this just makes me happy.
Happy.
Happy. We need that song. Na, 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 na. Okay, I'm turning the camera down. Seriously.
I'm so
Happy. I don't know if we did the song justice, but we tried. Okay, turning the camera. Downer, downer, downer. Oh, that was a long way around, wasn't it?
All right, making me dizzy, baby.
Sorry. How do we look, though?
It looked like you got tape and
Yeah, let's put a card on there instead. How do we look?
right now I still see tape.
Oh, that looks
Here
pretty
comes
good.
the card.
Okay, what do you guys think? Can you give me a yes or a no?
Smoking. Good.
Okay. Alrighty. We are going to start. with
Yes,
our-
come on, get happy. That's right, Karen.
Yeah.
Come
We're going
on.
to start with our background. And I'm going to take a piece of super tacky tape and adhere my card to my background because I'm going to do some stencil work, and I do not like my stencil doing the happy dance. I am the only one allowed to do the happy dance.
Happy Dan.
So I'm going to just tack that down so it doesn't go anywhere. And I'm using the clouds and land stencil, and I have taped off the bottom and I taped off the top because I just want to make a cloud edge, and I tend to be a little bit of a wild child with the brush and the ink. So I do better with taping things off more. So we're going to use the J brush tonight to do our stencil work, and we're going to stencil that background. So this has an adjustable head. We're going to pull it back. We're going to pick up some ink, and I am going to just make some clouds. Now I have the Catherine Pooler Something Borrowed ink pad out tonight. And we're just going to go across there, and you can just move this around, get it to be exactly where you want, and just do your background however you want to do it. I actually prefer to keep these ink pads a little dry. I really don't like the Catherine Pooler pads really, really wet. It's just my preference. I think they work better a little dry. So I tend to keep my pads a little dry, and you'll find if you have a drier ink pad that you won't have dragging and brush marks. And you can still stamp with it really well. One of the great things about this ink is that you can stamp with it and it doesn't bleed and bubble on you. So we're just going to go all the way around. Hello, Sarah. Happy to have you. Sarah's from Georgia, right?
Sarah, I think so.
So we're just going to go all the way across, and you can decide how many clouds you want. I just kind of like moving it around and varying the clouds. And you can even move it down when you're at the bottom there. Show you that, where you just get the bottom edge, like it's hanging, literally hanging off. But that's okay. Okay, now we're going to take our undo, and we adhered that with undo in the beginning. So I'm going to put a little undo back there just to get rid of that piece of tape.
Undo.
Undo. That's all I ever heard. And then I am going to go around and hit the edge of this with my J brush and a little blue ink just to help pop that up off of the background. So we're going to go all the way around just for a little contrast. So this is another great use for this brush. Use it to do your edges, and what you'll find is you won't have the shredding and tearing like you do on the little finger daubers. You start doing this with the finger daubers and you'll have little ink balls, foam balls rolling everywhere. We'll put our lid on. To put our lid on, we're going to pull that base up and put that on. So J brushes are $6.99 each, and we recommend one per color family. And then we put the dot on it. Now I want to show you if I want to take my stencil, and I want to show you what this looked like before I put the tape on it, because it has the clouds and lands on it. So I'm going to pull that purple tape off, and I do keep that purple tape and reuse it. Stick it on the side of my table. And that is what my stencil looks like. So you can see I have grass, clouds, and land. So there's a bunch of different options, and I just tape off the one I want. And then I'm going to clean that off with our Wonder Wipe. And we just put a little water on the Wonder Wipe, and we're good to go. I'm going to wipe my hands off too. I have ink on my hands. Okay, I'm going to pull off my paper. Hang on. Get a clean paper here. Did I mention we sell this grid pad?
You did.
Grid pad right there. It's on the website. Okay, so that's our background, and we are going to decorate our background with the canceled postage die. And the canceled postage die can be found in the postage edge die set. Tom, there it is, right here. It could have bit me. Okay, postage edge die set. There are so many components to this. So this is the postage edge die set. What's fun about this is when you open it up, you have that canceled postage piece, which is what we're going to work with today. I also used the actual little postage stamp, and there's a 2-piece postage stamp in there. Got the inside and the outside, and then of course you have your postage edges, and you have the 2 words, with love and happy mail. So I just cut the canceled postage edge and the postage stamp, and we're going to assemble this all together. So I cut every one of these in the colors of the rainbow. So when I die cut my paper, I put my super tacky tape on the back, and I die cut these. I did this at home. So each one of these are a sticker, and I can just peel them and stick them on my page, which makes this part fast and easy. And the great thing about it is, if I put something on here crooked, I can use my undo to manipulate it and get it to sit exactly where I want. I'm going to pull that. I've got a little visitor there. So when I put these down, I put them down very gently. Don't push them down all the way, because we've got to get them spaced on there properly. So I'm just kind of setting them in there to begin with and kind of just overlapping one over the other. And this is just, the idea is to convey happiness with some bright, happy colors. And I'm happy that you're here. There we go.
Happy colors. I like happy colors.
Happy colors. Happy colors.
Hey, everybody, give us a thumbs up out there on that little icon there. We've only got 16 and there's 41 of you watching. Surely more than 16 of you like our video tonight. Oh, there was 2 more came on.
There you go. Okay, now I'm going to slide that green. Oh, we need greenie in there next. Wrong way. So we are going to use that Going Postal floral envelope die on the front of this card, and I used the die by myself. Now you can see I've got to get all of that to fit on there, and it is a little tightness, little tight thing going on, so I'm going to have to adjust. And we're going to add some undo. I'm just going to put some undo down. That's going to give me the ability to move all that stuff around and get it to sit up there exactly the way I want it. So the thing about undo is when you get it wet, it's going to suspend adhesion, and that's just going to put me in the driver's seat so that I can adjust these pieces where I want them and line them all up and get my pretty colors going there. There we go. So pretty. So when that evaporates in about a minute, I'm going to have permanent adhesion. So if I just kind of hang, if it's wet and it's moving around and not sticking, I can just kind of hang for a minute and then it'll stick where I want it to stick. So I'm going to got that adjusted. Now this is that envelope die that came out of the Going Postal floral envelope set. You saw the stamp, but you can also just die cut it. And I have tape on the back, and I'm going to peel that tape off and stick that down to my card. So in order to die cut this, it's a 2-pass die cut. So you cut the envelope first, and then you go back and set that other die on there. And you can cut that edge. And we're going to set that on so it's right along that top stitched edge and kind of at an angle, and set that right on our card. Now this is our sentiment from the You Are My Sunshine stamp set.
You are my sunshine.
You are my sunshine. And if you worked with us last spring and we did a whole series of cards, you might already own this and the other products that we're using tonight, the rainbow and the sunshine, because we made a ton of really fun projects with these.
They were fun.
And the YouTube videos are still online, so if you purchase, you can go back and look for the projects that we made with the You Are My Sunshine stamp set. There's some great sentiments on there as well. Now, when I cut the postage stamp at the same time, I cut one of each of the postage stamps. So we're going to set those on our card and just work those up the card.
Now, if you guys were with us in March, you know you probably noticed we don't use postage stamps on your packages anymore, and I bet you really miss them, don't you? All those postage stamps I had plastered all over those packages. You remember those? Anybody remember those out there?
I do. So I'm just going to stick my postage stamps on here that I die cut, and then I cut hearts from the tiny alphabet, the tiny block alphabet set, and we're going to add a heart to every little postage stamp. So it's just a fun. How many years did you use postage stamps?
Oh my gosh, almost 5 years.
5 years. You used them for 5 years. I started using them before you came on board.
You did?
About what, maybe a year?
Sharon says she still has some more packages with the postage stamps on.
She just keeps them for decoration.
They are. Sentimental, that's right.
Oh.
That was a lot of fun.
So my aunt passed away and left me postage stamps. And you might think I'm kidding, but I'm not. She left me an entire garbage bag of postage stamps that were not canceled, and we used them. And Tom, what do you think the face value of that turned out to be? That gift my aunt gave me?
I bet it was in excess of $10,000.
Yeah, so there you go. Save your postage stamps because you never know. Well, that was a real blessing, especially when COVID started and every penny mattered. Okay, so there is the beautiful front that we have for our card, and we are going to adhere that to our slim card front. Got our beautiful card. We're going to stick it right there. And this is a bit of happy mail. So tape on the back, and we do have 1/4-inch tape that you can just literally run down your card and tear. I am always surprised when we do shows at the number of people that don't realize really how easy this tape is to use. They're still trying to cut it with their scissors and everything. And you can just put it right on your card and tear it off. Now I'm going to use a 3rd row of adhesive all the way down the middle, which I don't always do, but this card is really bulky. So we're gonna run a 3rd. We're gonna go right down the middle. And we will adhere that to our card front. Now, this would be a great time to use that 1/2-inch tape instead of the 1/4-inch when you need a little extra grip. I don't, but really honestly, it would have been great to have for this because of the extra grip that it gives you. There's our front of our card. Okay, beautiful. So to get to the inside where we want to add that beautiful pop-up drop-in goodness. Mercy, that's a lot of color.
Drop-in goodness. That sounds like something to eat.
Yep,
Drop-in
we're gonna
goodness.
take a piece of paper, and this is going to measure 6 by 9. And I would encourage you to use the heavy 110 cardstock that we have because it will you'll have better luck folding it and it'll hold up better for you. So 6 by 9, we're gonna mark the inside right in the middle with a pencil line at 3 inches. This is where the magic happens.
The magic happens. The magician comes forth.
Okay, so
Abracadabra.
we do have a YouTube video on how to use the typewriter die. And I would encourage you to watch the video. We also have written instructions for all the cards that we did this month. You can purchase those, and the written instructions are in the download area of the website.
Oh, and I forgot to tell them that it comes with the bundle special.
And I'm sorry, if you purchase the bundle special, the PDF file is free.
And it's a $4.99 value.
It comes with it.
And it's a $4.99 value.
It's a $4.99 value. So the great thing about the instructions is that there's a folding guide, which really helps with this project. Now, if you're going to make a double, what you want to do is set that middle line, this middle line, right on top of your 3-inch mark. We marked it at 3 inches. And then we're going to set the typewriter on there. Now, we are going to basically set it right on the edge. And I'm going to show you close up what this looks like.
That would make it a portable typewriter, wouldn't it?
It would.
There you go.
It sure would. My die cut machine ready here. I'm going to show you close up what this looks like. I've got that little tab just barely hanging off the end. And you can see I'm right on the 3-inch mark, hanging just a little bit off. Make sure I'm straight. And we are going to run that through the die cut machine and die cut. So this is going to end up being that center piece of our card. You have a die cut machine, electric machine, and it makes that noise that you heard, all that popping and cracking. That is normal. We're going to take our undo.
Is there a special on those machines?
I have no idea. I'm
There's a
not in
special on
charge.
those machines.
You'll have to talk to the
$139.99.
crazy
shipping
man.
to all 49 of 50 of the states. Absolutely. $139.99 includes the extended base plate.
Okay, so we're going to pick up the die And we're going to do the same thing, only
Such a deal.
we're going to move it to the other side and line it up again on those lines.
And it gets shipped for free. Holy cow. As I always say, Mrs. Creek.
Yes, we don't make a lot of money, but we make a lot of friends.
That's right.
So we're going to die cut again, and that is going to give us our 2 pop-up cards. There we go. So we're going to pull this off and pull our tape off. Now, by this time, I've got undo on that tape, and it pulls off relatively easy. Okay, now, when we die cut with the die cut, there are 2 places on this die that we need to trim. And I'm going to show you this close up. Right up here, close up, this little mark right here needs to be trimmed. So you can trim it with a craft knife or you can clip it with your scissors. But we need that area of the typewriter to pop up. So we're going to trim that. And because we have 2 typewriters, show you that little spot right there. We're going to do all of them. Now, the other thing that I have discovered is that it helps if this cut line comes all the way back to that fold. They had a little trouble getting all these die lines this close in the die. So, show you close up. This cut line, if you take your knife and bring it right back to the fold, it will help with the fold. And I'm going to do something extra for this set. Extra. I'm going to turn this over, and I took my die and I cut scraps, and I cut this main piece right up here across the top. There is a lot of pressure right here when we start folding this. So I took the die and I cut that piece. And I'm going to take my scissors and trim that out. And I am going to adhere this on the card right in that spot. I'm going to show you close up here. So that it helps to give stability to that area when we're doing this double fold. So these are the 2 pieces that I have. I'll put them in my hand. These are my 2 pieces. And I'm going to adhere one on the left and one on the right. And I'm going to use the liquid glue. I'm using the Art Institute. And this just gives it some stability and is needed when you're dealing with we're folding 2 pieces and getting it to sit down in a slimline card. So we're going to do this. We're going to do that on both sides. So just die cut it on some scraps and adhere those 2 pieces in. So do we have anybody coming to a trade show to see us? Anybody have plans? Or are you out and about, or are you still staying home? Tell us if you're coming to a show. We're going to glue that in right there on the other side. Is anybody getting out, Tom?
Vonda's hopes to come to Akron.
Okay. Who?
Vonda Mishler.
Okay. Where's Vonda from?
I think she's from Ohio.
Okay.
Judy Retz is coming to Danville, because I think she's from Indy area.
Okay. All right.
Carla, we're not sure if Schaumburg is going to happen this year.
Oh, don't hold your breath.
It doesn't look real promising because the promoter is from California. And it's a different world out there.
It's not just that. That's Illinois. That governor is
Kathy's going to be coming to Kissimmee in June.
Okay, so I'm going to take my eraser, get rid of any pencil marks I got going. I don't have very many, but I have a few here. And then I am going to start training my folds. So I'm going to take my ruler, and this is the ruler that I like, the Victor ruler, and it has the cork back. It's great. It has this nice stiff edge. And in the beginning, we're just going to train the fold. So this is nice because I want to show you how my fold line is right here. I can put that ruler right in that corner. And in the beginning, we're just getting it ready. So we're just kind of train the folds. We're not going to try to crease anything. We're just getting this thing to think about, hey, I might want to fold into a card. So we're going to train all the folds. Now, in this case, that bottom going, we did get that score line pretty well. So you can kind of go back and hit that with the ruler as well. So we're going to train everything all the way across the top. And again, I'm using the 110-pound cardstock. Train them all. And this typewriter, we are going to fill with rainbows and sunshine.
Rainbows and sunshine.
Just keep training it. Now we're going to flip it over on the back. And we're going to count down the folds. And we're going to push fold 2 forward. And then we're going to push fold 4 forward. And we're still not doing a heavy crease. We're just getting it ready. And 6. So this is, you can follow the video or you can get the instructions for further details about what I'm talking about as far as counting down these folds. There's 2, 4, and 6. What's great about the written instructions is that you have them at home. You can keep them with your set, your die set. Okay, so we've got everything kind of trained. Let's pop out those little pieces of paper there. And then we are going to turn that over. And we are going to add our pencils. I need to get that piece of paper out. Not cooperating with me. There we go. So we are going to train our fold. And we're going to pull this forward. And when we pull this forward, we're going to pull that up. We're going to slide a pencil right underneath that bottom lip, underneath the bottom plate. And then we're going to pull out this piece up here. And we're going to slide our pencil in there. Now, before we do that, I'm going to turn this over. I'm going to work this piece a little bit more. So this is my top up here. And I'm just going to work on getting that a good clean fold right there. See if I can do it so you can see it better. I'm just going to work on getting that a little better before we stick our pencil in it. That's going to end up folding all the way. So we're just going to work on that. Train these. Now, our typewriter today has a white interior, but then it has a red typewriter on top of it. So we're going to take that typewriter die, we're going to die cut, and we're going to add a red typewriter to it. I'm just going to pinch that, get that going. So it just helps if you're just very gently in the beginning training that. And before I put my pencils in, I am going to put my red typewriter on. So what I did was take the typewriter die and I cut it on red cardstock. And show you how. This is what you literally can use a scrap for this. So this is the typewriter, and then you're going to go in and trim it out. So cut that little notch right there. And then cut it away from the master, and that will give you your decorative piece. What are you giggling about? Right across the front. And when I put these on, I've messed around with using the super tacky tape, and I really like the adhesion that I get from the Art Institute better. Would you care to share what you're giggling about? No?
Kathy called the special word Womcat. And then Judy called it Tomcat.
Yeah, a tomcat would be more appropriate. They would actually remember that. You know, when I was in school, there was a kid that I rode the bus with who never talked.
Really?
Never talked. And he missed school one day.
Yeah, that's how I was as a child.
I know. You and Matt Cat would have been buddies. He missed school one day, and I asked him if he was sick, because he never talked, but I did ask him if he was sick. And he said, no, he went to court. I was in the 3rd grade.
Court?
Yeah, I didn't even know anybody ever went to court. I'm like, you went to court? And he was all proud because he got his name changed to Mac Cat.
Mac
Cat. So he got adopted.
Oh, that was cool.
His mom had remarried and he got adopted. So you said, what did you say, Tomcat?
Yes, we've already called it.
If Tomcat was friends with Mac Cat.
The cat, the bunch of cats.
Yeah, so I have found that I like to use the liquid glue to do this. Now I'm going to train the folds, trim it out, and we're going to set it right on top of that other typewriter and glue it in place. Now remember, we need that area right there to pop up. So we're going to make sure that we get it on there so that that'll pop up properly. There we go. And the other bonus is that the glue gives you a little bit extra time to get things set. There we go. Glue the other one on. We'll have our 2 typewriters on. So, I was going to tease Sharon about her swimming pool, but I don't think her
I
swimming...
don't think it's very fun.
Well, I think her swimming pool is in better shape than, who was it? The other person? Terry? Hope.
Right, sure.
I think Hope, wasn't it Hope that her swimming pool's shot?
No, it was.
I think,
Sharon said her pump is all froze up.
oh, I thought she said today that it was okay.
Well, I haven't talked to her today.
Ask her. Okay, so what we're gonna do is put these pencils in here. This was a great idea from Diane Morris. And I'm missing here we go. And the pencils just help train the fold a little bit and help stabilize everything while you're working with it. And if you take your pencil, this top piece is the booger for me. So I have found if you put that pencil in there and really work on that top fold a little bit. Now then, I like to slide my ruler in there, right in between, and we're going to go through both typewriters, and we're going to push that up against the bottom. You know, if somebody just came on to the video right now, they'd be like, those people are not making a card.
I think Kim Challenger just came on, so she's probably wondering.
Kim's like, what are they doing?
Making?
Okay, had to take a drink. Okay, so what we're going to do is take our ruler, push it against that bottom edge of the typewriter right here, and pull that forward and train that fold. Got my typewriter front popping up on me, but we can glue that down. So once I'm going to just gently bring that up, and what I love about using the typewriter is that it just gives you a nice clean fold. I'm going to add a little glue there since he's wanting to pop. You shall not move. You shall not move. That was pretty good, Tom.
Very good. Very good.
There we go. We're coming forward. I'm going to take my pencil out.
Man, this is awesome, Red.
And we're going to fold that puppy. Now, here's the other thing. Once I get it to here, I'm going to take my ruler. I just messed with this today, discovered this today. Take my ruler, and I'm going to get that top edge of my typewriter, give myself a nice good fold, and then I'm going to push my ruler to the back. So I move this so you can see it. I have my ruler along the top edge, push towards the top. I'm going to take it and I'm going to push it to the back. And I'm going to train that back fold right in the crease, right there. See that? And that'll help my back fold. Okay. So now what we're going to do is take that and take the whole thing and just gently pull it forward. And that's going to make our typewriter for us. And push it down. So this is a little tricky part. Tricky. I'm going to take out my pencils and then just start working at pushing that whole thing forward. Yes.
I have 2 projects.
Okay, go. I'm going to pull this forward and collapse my card down, and Tom has some awesome stuff to give away.
I have some awesome stuff to give away. Okay, Crushers.
Go for it.
Give away 4, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4 of the adhesive pearls of the same color scheme
Okay.
that Julie's using for the card.
Okay.
You notice on the card, she's got that set. So you're going to get a package of each of those. All right, all right. I'm getting tired of typewriter questions. They're getting very boring. So
Well, it doesn't take much to get you bored.
So tonight's question goes back to one of my favorite topics, crafters. You know what that is? That's right, it's gardening. Okay, so it's only a few short weeks till spring gets here and we'll be out in the garden. But
Who's going to be out in the garden?
Who's
we?
Me and my son.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, I've already started some plants inside, one particular plant. I've started actually.
Does that make you a grower?
It makes me a grower, baby. Tell me what I have started inside for planting this spring. What plant?
What plant has he started inside? We have things growing all over the house, and I'm just continuing to work train my folds, push my folds in so I can shut my card. And this is the tricky part. You kind of got to be patient because we've got a lot of layers here. There we go. I'm going to push this piece here and get this set. Nice. We're going to do the same thing over here. Need a little glue right there. Do you have a winner?
I don't.
Really? There was a lot of discussion on the Facebook page this week at home from the gardener people. Okay, once I have it, I've got them trained and I feel like I have it good. I like to really work that top section and make sure I've got that top section and push that together. Come over here, push that one together. And then you can work on just folding the whole thing in half. And there you have that awesome double typewriter pop-up. So we are going to take that and adhere that into our card base. So anyway, lots of discussion among the gardeners this week because Dollar General put out the seeds.
Oh, did they really?
And so there was great discussion among the locals about what was at the Dollar General.
There you go.
So we're going to put liquid glue all along this edge, and we are going to adhere this right into our card base. Turn it over, and you can see how having that heavier weight cardstock really helps to keep everything going. Now, right around the areas where there's going to take a lot of pressure, here, I'm making sure that I have adhesive so that it doesn't wiggle and jiggle on you, Tomcat. We're going to open that up and stick it in our card. And you're just going to center it side to side. And I usually stick the bottom in first and then go back and stick the top in. Now,
this has been the best question I've had in a week.
that you've got them stumped.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm going to set that in there. Now, what we have is that edge that is showing because we only can make that 6 inches wide. So we are going to take the Rolling Hill Edge die. He's so proud of himself. He's over there just beaming that he stumped you all. This is the Rolling Hill Edge die. And I cut the blue paper to 1 3/4.
Hold it!
Whoa!
Nazi Traub is the winner.
Oh my gosh.
Nazi Traub.
You scared the heck out of me. You're going to have the old people here all upset. So we're going to run that right along the top edge, or right along the bottom edge, and I'm going to put that right along that edge, so that Rolling Hill Edge die, and I put my tape on it ahead of time, because I knew this card was going to take a while tonight. Got a lot of steps going on. And we're going to set that right in there, and then I cut a purple one. So the Rolling Hill Edge is actually 12 inches long, and you can use it on your scrapbook pages, but you can see it's great for the slim cards. Okay, so there it is, and you can see here, I got all kinds of stuff going on here. Clean up some of my area for you guys. You can see that I can move it from side to side to get the pattern that I want and have it arranged the way I want. So I'm going to peel this one off and stick it on here. This one, the purple one, I had super tacky tape on the back. So that one stuck right down. Now, when I go to the top, I am going to turn that blue piece so that it is facing down, so that wavy edge was facing down. Peel my tape and stick it on. And then we'll put the purple one on top. So this is just these, we have several 12-inch long dies. I don't talk about them very much because we're doing for the most part, we do cards here on Tuesday night. But we do have 12-inch long dies, and they do work for scrapbooking or for the slim cards. Run that right along the top edge. Slightly crooked. Straighten it up. Here's a tip for you. If you're using the grid and you lay your card, line your card up on that grid, on the top line, then when you put your other piece on, you should be able to line it up side to side and have a straight line. There we go. I'm going to pull it up a little bit. So there's that. And then we're going to put the purple on top. So I was just trying to replicate the whole rainbow color. Move it around the way I want. And that just helps cover up that top edge where our line is. So you could do this with like any a border punch that you have maybe in your stash to anytime you want to make a double pop up and you need to cover up that line, just take your edge pieces. Then we're going to take our scissors and trim that off, and that'll give us a nice clean edge. Top and bottom, and we are ready to decorate our typewriters. I'm going to trim it from this way. Fun card. Oh, look at all that color. Okay, color. So we're going to cut the keypad on white cardstock. And in this case, you're going to need to cut 2 of them. And this is a die that comes with the set. This is the keypad, this shape is, and you're going to need 2 of them. Okay, now, Diane Morris suggested that we take and make a pattern. So you take the keypad and you cut it on acetate, and then you take the key die and lay over it, and then you have this nice pattern. In this case, can you hand me the Just a Note card tonight? This is actually the card that we were supposed to be doing tonight, which I think is absolutely beautiful. And Diane used the self-adhesive pearls on the keypad. So this is beautiful, dainty little card we were going to do tonight. Instead, we're doing crazy Rainbows. Okay, so here's what I wanted to show you. We're going to do these keypads, and I'm not going to take the time to do a whole one, but you can see how I use the pattern to lay the self-adhesive pearls on my keypad. And then the space bar is from the die. There's a die that you can die cut the little keys, and there's a space bar. So we've die cut that, and then we're going to add the self-adhesive pearls. So what I wanted to show you was that this is what my set looks like. And I want to show you how I do this. So I use the pattern to set all the little pearls in place, and you can see they're not exactly straight.
I was wondering about that, Mr.
Yes,
Smith, when I saw that,
we have a little.
I figured if I said something, you would say, well,
You would say, do you want to sleep in the garage tonight? So we're going to get it wet. And then we are going to, I got it too wet. Don't get it too wet. What we're going to do.
That looks like a typewriter that was dropped.
Are you ready for this, Tom? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take our ruler.
Our ruler.
And we're just going to use our ruler to straighten everybody up.
New rule.
So you can use the edge of a die.
Oh, cool.
You can use the ruler.
You did that just for demonstration.
No, I wanted to show them that Diane did hers.
That is smoking
And
hot.
Diane looks like it's professionally.
Are you burning your fingers?
I think Diane has the patience of Job because those are perfect. And I started working with this today. I actually called Diane and asked her if she had a secret. And she said, no, I just stuck them on there. So I stuck them on there and they look like I graduated from kindergarten.
Did you?
Barely. Let me tell you, kindergarten was rough.
But you did good in art class.
I did. Actually, kindergarten was rough because we moved, in the middle of my kindergarten year. Okay. Moved to a new school and didn't have any idea what was going on in that new school.
In kindergarten, this should have been your first year of school. You wouldn't know anybody.
I didn't know what was going on. It was difficult. Moving is hard on children, even young children. Okay, so what I wanted you to see was put your undo on there, and then you can move them around, get them nice and straight. And I think I'm straight. No, I'm not. My keypad's crooked. Okay, and then I'm going to set that aside and just let it sit so the undo will evaporate and we'll get a really nice adhesion. Now, you're going to need to do 2 keypads. I'm not going to take the time tonight to do the whole entire, this is my crooked one. I'll straighten him up too. I'm not going to finish it though. That way you guys aren't sitting here watching me. I watched the Creek Sticks Pearls on tonight. Straighten it up. There we go. Okay, we're going to let that one set too. And then we are going to take the sun die. This is the sun die. And we're going to cut several sun. And we are going to cut those. I got into my yellow scrap paper. This is one of the fun things about your scraps. I got into my scraps and I put super tacky tape on the back. And then I just cut some different colors of yellow. And I cut the smallest the smallest circle out of our circle die. So we're going to build 2 suns. And the first thing we're going to need is that outside edge. Now, when you cut the suns that you're going to layer up here, you're going to cut those with the super tacky tape on the back. And we are going to do 2 of those. I'll probably only take the time to actually trim out 1, unless I can get Tom to trim.
You want to trim something?
Do you have a small pair of scissors? You're going to take your scissors and go around and you're going to have to trim this edge because we need the sun to all stick together, but we do not want it sticking to the background of the card. So we're going to trim this off. Can you do this one?
What am I doing?
We'll see how good Tom how good Tom cuts. We're trimming off that little edge right like that.
How come you designed it like this?
Well, we are going to stick this in the typewriter, and we don't want it sticking into the background of the card. So it is going to require us to trim it out. Does anyone have an idea on another way to do this so we don't have to trim this out? I almost called the Dianes today.
Why don't we make a die like that? Huh?
Well, your die is made with different pieces that you can layer back into it, so it's not a whole unit. If we add the whole unit, then it costs more. Makes the die cost more. And since you're so good at cutting, I never do this because I always stick it down. Right?
Sure, baby.
Yeah. But this one I wanted sticking up out of the typewriter. Okay.
No, I didn't bring my reading glasses.
Okay, there's my son. And then you can just take your pieces and layer those back in together. So I purposefully designed this die so that you can layer those pieces back in and get texture and dimension out of them. And you can keep all the little pieces and then layer them in. There we go. Tom's still trimming. How you doing over there, baby?
I'm not very good. I got.
Yes, you do. Those here.
Better.
Use okay.
There we go. Now.
Yeah, you do have. Those are horrible scissors that you had. There's my center. How's it going, Tom?
You know, I'd really rather sell a bulldozer or a crane. How did I get in this business again?
Okay, we're gonna slide our son right down into that slit. Okay, and we are going to put liquid glue right on the back, right there, right up there, and we're gonna put our son right there so he's popping up out of our typewriter.
Pop it up.
Popping up to say, I love you. Now, awesome. How we doing over there, Thomas?
I've just about got it, Mrs. Creek. I'm coming around the home stretch here.
Okay. So we need to put a rainbow in the middle, and we need to stamp our sentiment. Happy, happy, happy. So we'll do that while Tom's over there trimming away on Mr. Sunshine. So we are going to, I'm going to use the mini Misty tonight
I don't know if you like
and a piece of paper and the Wreath Maker Sentiment stamp set. And this stamp set is included in the typewriter bundle, and it has a lot of really great little sentiments. I'm going to show you how I did this tonight. I just have to tear this because Tom has my scissors. I'm going to take my paper and set it in there.
You like it?
Okay.
Well, I did pretty good, especially since I didn't have my reading glasses on.
Okay.
I took my finger
Hang
off
on.
the part.
Hang on. He didn't do too bad. For a man who grows sweet potato. Did we already give the question away?
Yeah, yes, we already
Did you tell him how many you had, or is that another question?
Don't be telling that stuff, Mrs. Creek.
Okay. The neighbors have been talking about the grow light that you have. Just kidding. Just kidding. We used to have a neighbor that had a grow light, didn't we?
Oh boy, didn't we? Never mind, don't go down that road.
He's not our neighbor anymore.
I know.
There we go. Cleaned it up. Okay. We're gonna set. Oh, we gotta finish decorating him. Okay. I'm gonna layer him together like we did the other one and set him in. So I love the sun because of the way you can layer it like this and get the different colors in there. Normally, I am just sticking it on a card, but in this case, Mr. Sunshine is popping up out of that typewriter, so that's why we needed a background for him. There we go. Now we're going to add some liquid glue right on the other side and glue our typewriter in place. Just going to slide that in there. Nice. Good job. There's our sun. Now, what we're going to do is take our happy, happy, happy stamp And I'm going to stamp it several times, and then we're going to go back and die cut it. So I am lining this stamp up with the side of the stamp bar. This is the Misty bar stamp. And we are going to stamp happy, happy, happy. And we're doing a little orange for a little color. And we're just going to use that bar stamp as a little alignment right down through there. I'll wipe off my stamp so I can reline it up. And I'm going to set it right on there and go again. And then after we have this stamped, we'll go back and put our heart die over the top of it and die cut. So this is the Wreath Maker Sentiment Stamp. It's made to go with our Wreath Maker set, but it works great for smaller projects, and it works great with the typewriter because the sentiments are so small. So if you ever want to like stamp inside a heart, stamp inside a wreath, that type thing, this little set is perfect for that. So you can see the Catherine Pooler ink gives you so much color. Any questions about what we're doing? Okay. So it's got bless you, happy Easter, you're so kind, oh yes you did, love you, you're the best, happy retirement. That is a good sentiment set because of how many sentiments are on it. There's our happy, happy, happy that we have. And then we are going to take our stitched heart die, set that over the top, and die cut. Make sure I have the right size. So set that right on top. We're going to tape it in place with a little bit of tape and die cut. Now we need to build our rainbow. And we're going to use the rainbow die for that. And I think, not Cindy. Somebody asked me in Florida about the rainbow die. So we're going to talk a little bit about that tonight. So that is going to go right in between our two pieces. Happy, happy, happy. Okay, so now we're going to take the rainbow die and we are going to die cut the rainbow die with the super tacky tape on the back. We're going to cut one of every color, and because the tape's on the back, turn that into a sticker. And I cut a little piece of heavy cardstock to the size that I needed. Now the question, I think Kathleen asked me, somebody asked me at the show, like, do you have to die cut that in every color if you're going to use every color? And the answer is yes, if you're going to use cardstock. Okay. But if you cut it in white, you could cut it in white one time and then color it with a marker. So I'm just going to build my color up on top of this piece of paper here.
Oh, it was Kathy that asked you that.
Kathy. And so is she on tonight?
Florida.
Yes, it was Kathy Woosley. Yes. So we kind of had a little discussion about that, and I said I love the look of the cardstock because I'm a cardstock junkie. So to me, I want to die cut it. And Kathy said,
I like to do paper funky.
wow, you end up with all that stuff that you throw away because you build it and then you have all these parts and pieces.
But you said.
And I said, yes, you are right.
Except for.
And I want to show you, I have my rainbow die in a pouch like this. It says rainbow die. I don't know where it is right now, but
The true rainbow
these are the rainbow parts. So after I die cut my rainbow, I save the little parts and throw them in a bag, and then I can use them on various projects. So if I had a heart and maybe I just wanted to throw a rainbow across that heart, I could layer them and I wouldn't have to necessarily build the stack exactly the same size as the stack. And this particular rainbow, I did not start out, I started one short of the whole arc. So if you keep your parts and pieces, you can stick them back together like I'm doing here and get your rainbow going. So that's my suggestion about 500 parts.
Do you have yours in the same order every time, Mrs. Creek?
Well, I try to, yes.
Because I'm told here by Vonda and Lois.
Yes.
And Diane,
Do I have my colors wrong?
in order to keep remember the name Roy G. Biv, which R for red, G for green, and B for black. I guess that's blue.
Okay. So I am just using, you can see the parts and pieces that I had so that I can make my rainbow. So that is my suggestion. You can, that's not the right one. You can color, cut it on white and color it with your
So
markers.
you don't make your rainbows the same order every time. I never thought about that.
I don't know. I guess I never thought
Is it
about it.
imperative to make your rainbow colors
Well,
the same
there
every
is a
time?
specific way that they're supposed to be done.
Who said? Who
Well, it's
said
the
it?
color.
Roy G. Biv?
It's
Or
the
G-
color
G- G-
spectrum or whatever. But you don't have to do them the same way every time. No.
Lois said red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet.
There you go.
Wanda said red, orange, yellow, blue, indigo, violet.
See, they know their color.
Dotsy said nature says.
Okay, I'm gonna trim that inside edge because I have a little white showing there. I'm gonna trim it.
Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet.
Yeah, that has to do with the color palette.
Didn't have anything to do with what it is in the sky.
Oh, you're talking to the wrong woman.
How about indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red?
Technically, I don't know how much it matters to you. I think it matters if it matters to you. If it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. And I always figure it like this.
How do you figure it, Mr. Creek?
I figure if I give somebody an awesome card and they're stressing about the order of the rainbow colors,
They weren't card worthy anyway, right?
then that's not my problem. That's their problem.
That's
And most
the way it is
of the
always in
time,
rainbow because of the spectrum. What is the word?
Thank
what do you
you.
mean by the spectrum?
who said that? Did
sounds like
Diane
the
Morris
Matrix.
say
Sarah
that?
Worthington said that. Sounds like we're in the
Okay,
Matrix.
now-
It's in the spectrum.
We have this rainbow, and
Blue
you
dilly
can
dilly?
see
Isn't it
that-
indigo?
it's not going to fit. So we are going to take our scissors
Oh no, the rainbow didn't.
and
fit.
cut it right down the center.
Oh no, Mr.
Okay.
Bell.
Now we have a right and a left, and we're going to slide it into our typewriter and put some adhesive on there and adhere it in place. Oh, not good. I've left my lid off.
Oh no, do I need to get you?
Nope, I got it.
I
Nope,
it.
no, I'm good. Just had to pull that top off. So we're going to do that on both sides and adhere our little rainbow guy
I gotta
in
tell
there.
you, Mrs. Creek, this is one of the nicest cards you've made in weeks,
And in hours, huh?
hours.
I like doing these kind of cards. I know.
you like it?
Yeah, I know it's kind of crazy, but I like it. It makes me happy. Go ahead, sing it.
Happy?
Yeah.
I'm so happy.
Okay, now we're gonna take our happy, and we're gonna hang it right between the two pieces. So I'm gonna add some adhesive there.
You gotta be sure to show it.
And-
You gotta tilt it down.
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna add a little more glue to stabilize everything. And I will
Maybe
tell
it's
you,
bluish purple, says Lois.
when I
Said, oh.
adhere this heart in, I found today it was a very good idea to use tape in the event that I needed to move things.
Excellent
So I'm
idea.
going to show you how I did it. I
Because
like,
if you move it, you can use what? That's right, undo, correct?
Well, no, the issue, yes, if I had to, but the issue is if I use glue, it's gonna be permanent, and if I'm not centered, I'm gonna have a
It's like
problem.
you need to make a bridge there between the two.
Yes, I
colors.
do need to make a bridge. It's what we're doing. A happy bridge.
A happy bridge?
Mm-hmm. It
Happy
is a happy
bridge.
bridge. Okay, we're gonna put our happy right in there. Oh, look at
Purplish
that.
blue.
There you go. And you do need to push it all the way up against
Look at that. Would you just look at that?
the
I tell you
typewriter.
what.
Okay? There you go. Now, that is fun. So what we have, what we need is the rail. So we've cut the rail in green. You can choose what color you want. And I cut 2 of these. And we're going to put 2 together.
Is the rail in the die?
The rail is in the typewriter pop-up die set.
Gotcha.
So you're going to have the keypad, the keys, the typewriter itself, and the rail.
And
Now,
the rail.
normally we don't adhere the rail on the way I'm doing it tonight, but we're going to run glue all the way across there because we don't have anything coming in and out of the typewriter tonight. So we're just going to put that in there and set it in place. Normally we have a little piece of paper running through there, but tonight we don't. So we have one on the right and one on the left. And this is the card that makes people smile. Go right down through there. So the key is starting with your base and adding it into your slim card setup. Are we straight?
Looks like you're pretty straight there to me, Mrs. Creek.
Get it straight. Happy. Okay, remember that keyboard that we were working on?
Yes, I do. The rainbow color.
The Rainbow
keyboard.
Coalition. Now, this is a die. When you die cut it, it scores right there. So we're going to fold that tab in, and we're going to set that tab right inside our keyboard. And then you want to stick your fingers in there and pull those little tabs out. We're going to pretend that this one's done, and we're going to put it on the other
Did
side.
you ever roll your finger in the roller when you were typing class?
When I was looking at the football players behind me?
Yes, when you're doing that.
No.
No.
Did you do that?
I didn't. Wasn't
There we
looking at the
go.
football
That
players. I was a
is
football player.
our. Do you have another question?
I do.
Our
I do.
rainbow
I've got
card.
another set. I've got another set of these adhesive pearls.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm gonna
crafters?
hold on. I'm gonna pull the camera up.
Okay, crafters.
Don't step on my stuff.
I've got another set of 4 of the rainbow adhesive pearls. Here it is, right here. It's right here. Okay. Whoops. To answer question.
Come on, get
We're
happy.
getting ready for planting time here in just a few weeks in the garden.
Okay.
What are the first 2 things that I plant in my vegetable garden? Not what you plant, but what I plant in my vegetable garden. The first 2 things, I usually plant them on the same day. Tell me what they are.
The partridge family.
The
Yes.
partridge family?
That's not what he plants, Vonda. Vonda's talking about the song. Come on, get happy. Come on, get happy.
That was the one about the guy that was on that TV show you used to watch.
Tobacco. Who guessed that?
Sharon.
Sharon, he's not allowed to do that anymore.
Who said?
What happened to the tobacco last year?
Hold on.
There was a catastrophe at the end of the year.
Well,
He had okra and tobacco. That's so funny. Yeah. He tried to eat the tobacco, and that was the end of it. No, just kidding. Just his tobacco thing is an experiment, which he never ever really follows through
Oh,
on.
I do too.
But
it got.
it's just a little thing he
I had
does.
a little problem with it this year.
Yeah. So someone suggested yesterday to grow the. Does anyone do this? They said to grow the cucumbers.
On my tobacco?
No, with the sunflowers, and that the cucumbers would grow up the sunflower. You would think this was a gardening blog from the topic of this conversation.
Boy, I'm getting a lot of good answers. But nobody's getting the right answers.
Basil.
Oh, let Carla Kennedy! That's because Carla's from Illinois. That she probably figured.
What was it?
It's
Let me guess. Potatoes
Uh-huh.
and onions.
Yes.
Or garlic.
That's right.
Are you going
Onions.
garlic?
If I can get the right variety. Carla Kennedy. Carla is the winner.
Corn doesn't go out till later, right?
Uh-huh.
I experiment with corn. I see how long before the cows trample it. Yeah.
Congratulations, Carla.
So do you have Carla's contact information?
I do.
All right. So next week, I'm not sure what I'm doing exactly, except for that it will be Easter related. I literally have been so busy that I am behind the 8-ball.
The 8
So
ball?
the 8-ball
We
or the
playing
5-ball or whatever, whatever the expression is. We'll be doing something Easter.
Special. It'll be special.
And then,
Special. Can you say special?
Anytime you want to connect with us, shoot us an email.
Hold it. What about the blog spot? Hello?
Or check out the Creek Bank Creativity Group. What?
The blog spot thing you do, the creativity group.
Yes. So feel free to holler at me there. And if you're not familiar, we have a group called Creek Bank Creations Creativity, and you guys can post in that group. So if you're working on projects, you can post your pictures. And I so appreciate the people who post and share in that group. And the Facebook groups doesn't operate properly sometimes. So if you try to join and I'm not responding, it's because Facebook is not telling me. Somebody sent me an email today and said, hey, I sent you an email and I'd like to join the group, and did you reject me? And no, it's just sometimes I don't get the notification. So when I went in there today to look, there were 9 people waiting to join the group. So if you don't hear from me right away, you can shoot me an email and say, hey, Julie, what is going on? creekbc@gmail.com. So I just want to say from the bottom of my heart,
And mine too.
thank you so much for hanging with us on Tuesday night. It gave us something to look forward to every week.
And we did. And we will.
And kept us going all summer long. It was a long 11 months. I'm not sure we're out of the water.
You mean out of the woods?
Or the woods, or the garden, whatever we're in. But
we're moving forward.
We're going to try to move forward.
And we do appreciate you. And we love you all.
We're so grateful for all of you very much.
Thank you so much.
So
we'll see you next week.
We will see you next week.
For a really good
and
shoe.
Get ready for some spring Easter. What did you say?
For a really good shoe.
That used to be. Shoe.
No, that used to be Ed Sullivan's a really good shoe tonight. Anyway,
the Lord bless you and
keep you.
We'll
tell your friends to join us again next week for our season finale, and we can't wait to see you next week.
You guys.
Bye.
Bye.